Dolphins versus Patriots week 8, a must-win game in my eyes for the Dolphins coming off of that loss in Philadelphia last weekend. But before we get into the preview, huge news out of Miami yesterday that Jalen Ramsey has been activated off the IR and he is set to make his season debut today. We thought there's a slight chance he could be back for the Raiders game week 11, but here we are on October 29th and he's going to be suiting up for the Dolphins. They said late November, early December is his target date, coming back around a month early than that. But either way, getting into this injury report, River Craycraft, Javon Holland both out. Holland should be back next week. He was progressing well through the concussion protocol, so he should be suiting up in Germany. On the questionable list, a lot of guys: Xavier Howard, Alec Ingold, Raheem Mostert, Nick Needham, Jalen Ramsey, Cam Smith, and Connor Williams. Most of these guys should play because there wasn't any type of practice squad elevations. Xavier Howard, if he's not 100%, he won't play. That's the word that we got. Honestly, I'd rather just see him on that inactive list and he'll play next week. But we'll see. He may be suiting up as well. Alec Ingold's going to play. Raheem Mostert's going to play. Nick Needham should play. Jalen Ramsey should play as well. Cam Smith probably won't play. Connor Williams, McDaniel said his gut tells him he'll be active. Doesn't know if he's going to start, but I would assume to see him on the field instead of Lee Meichenberg. So we're all hoping. For the Patriots, Calvin Anderson, the O-line, is out. Christian Barmore, Trent Brown, Jonathan Jones, Josh Uche, Sean Wade, Dietrich Weiss, and Keon White, all questionable. That's some big-time names on there for them, but they're all questionable. They were basically limited the whole week, so I'd expect most of those guys to play as well. Now, the matchup for this week, week 2 I had the same problem because the Patriots don't have any star. Oh, actually, they do now. I forgot. They did trade for J.C. Jackson, so on the spot, I'm going to put Tyreek Hill versus J.C. Jackson. J.C. Jackson played very, very well versus Stephon Diggs in the Bills game last week where the Patriots upset Buffalo at home. So, this isn't a trap game. This definitely could be a trap game, of course. Germany next week. You're traveling in a couple days or something, and you're playing with the best team in the AFC right now. Don't let this be a trap game. Please don't let this be a trap game. But yeah, J.C. Jackson versus Tyreek Hill is the matchup I'm going to put down. Also, McDaniel versus Belichick is the second matchup I have. Yeah, J.C. Jackson was a complete mess with the Chargers. We already got that in week 1, where Tyreek went off for, I forgot what it was, but Tua went off too. 470 yards, 3 touchdowns, was it? Only if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, we'll see what they can do. I put McDaniel versus Belichick, of course. Tyreek Hill only had, what was it? I have it right here. Jalen Waddle led the team in receiving yards with 4 receptions and 86 yards. And Tyreek Hill had 5 receptions for 40 yards and a touchdown. That is not something you see from Tyreek Hill on the weekly basis. So if McDaniel can figure out how to get around that defensive scheme and get Tyreek the ball, that'd be great. But Raheem Mostert did win us that game. He had like 150 yards on the ground plus a touchdown, maybe 2 actually, including that 50-yard run towards the end of the game. And that is what we're going to have to be doing today, running the ball. Sucks that we don't have Devon Achane in this game, but whatever. He'll be back for Week 11 versus Vegas. Now, favorite part of the video, 5 things the Dolphins need to do to win this game, starting out with the defense. Pressure Mac Jones. I'm not even saying you have to get to Mac Jones. Get to Mac Jones. I'm not even saying you have to bring down Mac Jones. I would love to sack him, but I'm not too worried about the sacks. I'm worried about the pressure. If we can pressure Mac Jones, that's an automatic win for this team. If you can force him out of the pocket, that's a win. Mac Jones goes down himself when there's pressure, usually instead of rolling out of the pocket. So if we can get to Mac Jones with the front 4, I don't want to have to blitz versus this Patriots team who always takes what's given. Please, let's get pressure with the front 4. Jalen Phillips, Van Ginkel, Chubb, Wilkins, Sealer, those 5 guys, whoever's on the field, get to Mac Jones, please. Number 2, don't let the Patriots get into rhythm. I couldn't even read my handwriting. Don't let the Patriots get into a rhythm. Like I said, this Patriots offense just takes what you give them every single time. It's those short little dump offs, it's the slants, it's the comeback routes, it's the out routes, it's the hitch routes. Anything that you're going to give them, they're going to take. So please don't let them get into the rhythm and protect that. Just instead of playing preventive defense, they don't have a guy that can really stretch the field like we can in Tyreek Hill and Waddle and basically everyone else on the team. So don't let this Patriots offense start cooking and getting downfield just because of these 5-yard little short passes. Number 3, stop the run. We did well against the run, honestly, in week 2. If I can check the stat quickly, because we were very happy to see that after the week 1 disaster class versus Austin Eckler and Joshua Kelly. But I'm trying to pull up Ramondre Stevenson's stats from that game. Also, Ezekiel Elliott got a couple handoffs. But yeah, if this Dolphins team can protect the run, then that's the Dolphins' rush defense played really, really well versus the Eagles last week, which was pretty surprising considering their offensive line talent. For the Patriots last week, Ramondre Stevenson, 15 carries for 50 yards and a touchdown, and then Zeke had 5 for 13. So an average of 3.3 yards for Ramondre Stevenson. That was a really good defense from the Dolphins in week 2 on Sunday Night Football. That game was much closer than I wanted it to be, only winning by 7 points because they honestly on that last drive they were really close with that Mike Gesicki lateral to Cole Strange, I think it was. But yeah, if the Dolphins can stop the run, which they've been doing well recently, they should honestly win this game because I don't see this Patriots offense really cooking without that run offense. But number 4, onto the offense, take what the defense gives you. Like I said, that's what the Patriots have been doing, and we need to stop that. But if they're going to do that for us, the Patriots, that's exactly what they did in week 2. They would play all the way back. They would have 2-3 safeties all the way 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage to not let anyone get past them. So take what the defense gives you. Let's get the short routes going. Let's give the ball to Mostert. That's why I also have run the ball in here, not up next, but run the ball as well. Because the defense is going to be playing so far back because of Tyreek and Waddle. Even if Tyreek's not 100% healthy with that hip injury, which he is, but even if he's not, just having him on the field and not even sprinting, but just running far, it'll bring 2-3 guys over that way. It'll clear a whole nother side of the field. So it's huge. It's huge that he's at least healthy for this game. But yeah, man, take what the defense gives you. Those short routes are going to be so crucial today. I don't care if Tua doesn't have 20 yards per pass attempt. I don't care if it's 4. Just winning the game is all that matters, and also doing it in a pretty convincing manner. Now, if we do stick to those short passes the entire game, it's gonna, it's at home, and I'm going to it, of course. But I want it to be an exciting game. But at the same time, I'd rather just blow the wheels off the Patriots because I absolutely hate them. Thank them for beating the Bills last week, but I do hate this team. Last but not least, number 5, smart football. Last week versus the Eagles, I'm not gonna say that. Okay, no. 10 penalties against 0 is an absurd stat. And so I'm not even blaming the Dolphins for having those penalties. Because, smart football, I mean, clock management. Also, on the first play scrimmage, the Dolphins had a delay of game. I completely forgot about that. That's not smart football. I think that might have been the first delay of the game of the season. But delay of games, false starts, holdings, just any type of penalty, stuff like that. And, snap exchanges, haven't had a problem with that recently, so shout out to Lee Meikenberg, honestly, whose snaps are pretty much on point most of the time. There was a couple that were really bad. But either way, the penalties last week, a couple of them were clearly on the Dolphins, but so many were missed on Philadelphia. I don't even care about the penalties last week. But for the prediction for this game, I have the Dolphins winning 34-17. Of course, like I said, they won the game in week 2, 24-17 in New England. Back at home, they were averaging 48 points per game so far this year against the Broncos, Giants, and Panthers. So we haven't played a good team at home this year. We'll see if the Patriots change that motive. Probably not, though. But yeah, man, huge game at Hard Rock Stadium. The white throwbacks are coming out. So Jalen Ramsey making his debut in the white throwbacks is clean as hell. So I'm excited for that. But either way, we'll be back for the review, for the recap. Hopefully, all goes well and the Dolphins move on to 7-2. 7-2? Oh no, 6-2. 6-2. Never mind. Okay. Either way, though, that'll wrap up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day. Peace.